Technically speaking, all 32 NFL teams have a chance at winning the Super Bowl. But we're here to rain on your parade with a harsh dose of reality. Your favorite team probably won't win Super Bowl 55, and there's a very good reason for it. Here they are. Arizona Cardinals. The offense can't score 100 points a game. Yes, the Arizona offense will be lights out with Kyler Murray, DeAndre Hopkins, Larry Fitzgerald, and others. But the worst defense from a year ago won't improve drastically even with the addition of rookie Isaiah Simmons. You still need a good defense to win a Super Bowl, and the Cardinals don't have a championship caliber unit just yet. Atlanta Falcons. Drew Brees and Tom Brady. The Falcons have to deal with two GOATs in the same division, 4 games a year. Well, that's no fun. This defense has been awful for a while now, and they've always been dominated by Brady and Brees. Good luck going all the way with 2 elite quarterbacks now standing in your way. Baltimore Ravens. The playoff pressure. With an elite quarterback and a nasty, downright dominant defense, only playoff pressure has come in the way of the Ravens these past few seasons. Lamar Jackson just hasn't come through in crunch time, and the defense hasn't brought its A game when needed the most. Really, it's the inability to perform under pressure that has us doubting the Ravens' ability to go all the way. Buffalo Bills. Josh Allen's accuracy. A top-tier defense, a strong rushing game, and a nice set of receivers have the Bills on the cusp of title contention. But it's Josh Allen's accuracy and inconsistency that raises flags for us. His completion percentage was a mere 58.8 in 2019. Stephon Diggs and John Brown are excellent at stretching the field and working the outsides, but Allen's deep ball accuracy leave a lot to be desired. How can the Bills' passing game carry them all the way if Allen can't hit his wideouts? Carolina Panthers. Inexperienced defense. The Panthers lost franchise star linebacker Luke Kuechly to retirement. They spent all their draft picks on defense. Smart call, but the inexperience and lack of star power will hold the Panthers back in 2020. It doesn't help that they have to play Matt Ryan, Tom Brady, and Drew Brees a combined 6 times a season. Yeah, good luck winning a Super Bowl. Chicago Bears quarterback woes. They have an elite defense and a nice set of playmakers on offense, but Mitch Trubisky looks like nothing but a draft bust, and Nick Foles has never succeeded outside the Philadelphia Eagles system. As was the case in 2019, the Bears' QB play will hold back an otherwise talented team from winning it all. Cincinnati Bengals, not their time yet. The Bengals have an ultra-bright future ahead with Joe Burrow and head coach Zach Taylor, but they still aren't ready to make the jump to title contention. Burrow needs a year or two before he reaches his full ceiling. Lots of work to be done on the O-line and defense too. Cleveland Browns. Browns gonna Browns. At the end of the day, it's a common tradition for the Browns to disappoint the football world and its loyal fan base. We all thought they'd be a playoff team in 2019. Whoops. Whoopsie. Can you really trust this team to finally put it all together after a half-century of colossal disappointments? Dallas Cowboys, weak secondary. The Cowboys will light up the scoreboard with a star-studded offense, and their front 7 is one of the best in football. But the secondary has been a weakness for a while, and they lost top corner Byron Jones in free agency. You can't just rely on your offense to do all the work. The Cowboys will pour it on offensively, but they won't go all the way if the secondary can't hold down the fort. Denver Broncos. Inexperience on offense. Drew Lock showed lots of promise in 2019, but he only has 5 starts under his belt. Yes, the offense looks scary with rookies Jerry Jeudy and KJ Hamler, but these guys had no preseason and limited practice time together. That inexperience and lack of preparation will likely prevent the offense from reaching its full potential in 2020. Detroit Lions. Coaching. The Lions should be a playoff contender with an explosive offense led by Matthew Stafford and a rebuilt defense that added Jeffrey Okudah, Duron Harmon, Danny Shelton, and Jamie Collins. But they have an unqualified head coach in Matt Patricia. You know, the guy who reportedly showed up late to team meetings, the guy who forced star corner and fan favorite Darius Slay out of town. A bad coach can ruin a talented team. The Lions are the perfect example of that. Green Bay Packers. Drama with Aaron Rodgers? The Packers traded up to draft Jordan Love rather than a receiver to help the NFC runner-ups win now. Rodgers admitted he wasn't pleased with the pick, and he likely won't finish his career with the Packers. The drama might lead to a fractured relationship and unnecessary distractions in the locker room, which could very well hold back this team from winning it all. Houston Texans. Bill O'Brien will find a way. We thought the Texans were on their way to the AFC Championship game. Then Bill O'Brien called a fake punt that led to the Texans unraveling in the divisional round against the Kansas City Chiefs. He's always outcoached in big games, as evidenced by his 2 playoff wins in 6 seasons. He'll probably find a way to call another silly play that cost the Texans in this year's postseason. Indianapolis Colts. Phillip Rivers isn't Luck or Manning. Phillip Rivers should get the Colts back into the playoffs, but probably not that far. He hasn't been a money quarterback throughout his career. He only has 5 playoff victories, whereas Luck had 4 alone in just 7 seasons. And Manning was a 2-time Super Bowl winning QB. So yeah, Rivers' inability to show up in big games will likely cost the Colts a shot at another Super Bowl. Jacksonville Jaguars. Where do we start? A front office and coaching staff that isn't getting this team anywhere, a rebuilding defense that moved on from several veteran stars, a broken locker room that's always full of drama, a lack of star power on offense? Yeah, the Jaguars are going to get Trevor Lawrence or Justin Fields next year. Then you can think about a Jaguars Super Bowl. Kansas City Chiefs. Because nobody repeats anymore. The 2004 New England Patriots were the last team to successfully defend its Super Bowl title. The 2014 Seattle Seahawks got awfully close, if only they had run the damn ball. The 2017 Patriots got close too, but Nick Foles and the Philly Special happened. As great as the Chiefs are, nobody repeats nowadays. It doesn't matter how much talent you have, it just doesn't happen. Las Vegas Raiders, the scary AFC West. The Las Vegas Raiders may be a team on the rise, and they should begin to compete for Super Bowls in the near future. But don't count on it in 2020. Part of that has to do with their young, inexperienced roster. But when you couple that with the fact that this team has to deal with the defending champs in the Chiefs, the up-and-coming Denver Broncos, and the Los Angeles Chargers' stingy defense, their chances don't look great. Los Angeles Chargers. Don't trust Tyrod Taylor. The Chargers defense should be a top 5 unit in 2020. Hunter Henry, Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, and Austin Eckler round out a quality set of playmakers. But sorry, we don't see veteran journeyman Tyrod Taylor taking this team all the way. He's an average star, not a championship caliber one. And no, rookie Justin Herbert isn't going to save the day. Los Angeles Rams offensive line. The Rams offense took a major step back in 2019, and the O-line was largely to blame. This unit was ranked 31st overall by Pro Football Focus for the 2019 season. They are lacking in reliable grade A starters, and the cap situation prevented them from making any upgrades. Hard to see a bounce-back year from Jared Goff in the rushing game with this O-line. Miami Dolphins. Not Tua time yet. The Dolphins found their future franchise quarterback in Tua Tagovailoa, drafting him 5th overall. Yes, this team will be a force real soon, but Tua isn't going to make the jump right away, folks. Miami's going to take it slow with him, and they're not built to compete right away. Tua time will have to wait for now. Minnesota Vikings. Defensive changeover. The Vikings defense has taken a few steps back over the last 2 years, but it's especially bound for regression in 2020. The starters Everson Griffin, Linval Joseph, Xavier Rhodes, and Trey Waynes are gone. There are tons of rookies and lots of inexperience on that unit. Hard to see many outlasting all of the NFC heavyweights with so many new question marks on their defense. New England Patriots. Belichick's grand scheme? Now that Tom Brady is gone, you have to ask yourself, what if Bill Belichick secretly planned a tank job for 2020 so that he can land Trevor Lawrence or Justin Fields? Aside from signing Cam Newton, he didn't make any other moves to win now. This is a rebuilding phase in Foxborough. What if Belichick is just planning to throw away 1 year so he can land a generational quarterback for the future? It's totally a grand plan that only Belichick could pull off, isn't it? New Orleans Saints. Bad luck. The Saints were legitimate Super Bowl contenders in 2017, 2018, and 2019. But the Minneapolis Miracle, Nola No-Call, and the Kyle Rudolph push-off all went against New Orleans. What more can we say? Only unlucky bounces and officiating controversies get in their way. If they don't win it all in 2020, their lack of lady luck will be the reason. New York Giants, the secondary. The Giants ranked 30th in scoring defense last season, and they were 28th against the pass. The addition of James Bradbury won't do much to help this unit. DeAndre Baker's season is in jeopardy following off the field troubles. There just isn't much talent here in the Giants secondary, and that unit will continue to hold this team back in 2020. This team is a long way away from contending. New York Jets. Getting worse doesn't equal more wins. Jets surprisingly won 7 games last season. But how in the world can they win the Super Bowl when they stand to get worse in 2020? They traded away disgruntled superstar Jamal Adams. Top receiver Robbie Anderson left for Carolina in free agency. Stud linebacker CJ Mosley opted out of the season. So yeah, why should you believe they can win a Super Bowl again? Philadelphia Eagles. Injuries. The Eagles have been hit hard by injuries over the last 2 years, thus preventing them from adding a second Lombardi trophy. Carson Wentz has especially been injury-prone. Aging receivers Deshaun Jackson and Alshon Jeffrey can't be counted on to play 16 games. They lost guard Brandon Brooks for the season with a torn Achilles. These Eagles have the talent and star power to win it all, but the amount of injury-prone players is concerning. That's why we're very hesitant to label them as a title contender in 2020. Pittsburgh Steelers. Lack of star power on offense. With Antonio Brown and Le'Veon Bell long gone, the Steelers' offense is no longer a potent unit. Ben Roethlisberger will try to come back from a career-threatening elbow injury. Even if he rebounds, Roethlisberger doesn't have the star playmakers that he did during the Killer Bees era. Yes, the Steelers have a ridiculously good defense, but you can only go so far with a mediocre offensive unit. San Francisco 49ers. Super Bowl hangover. Unless you're the Patriots, it's a practical guarantee that the Super Bowl loser shall not return to the big game a year later. Yes, the Pats made it there 3 years in a row from 2016 to 2018, but they're the exception. Super Bowl runner-ups not named the Patriots never ever get back to the big game. Don't expect the Niners to break that trend. Next, Seattle Seahawks, no 12th man. The Seahawks have the loudest fans in football. These folks are referred to as the 12th man because the noise factor truly provides a massive advantage for the Seattle defense. But due to the COVID-19 pandemic, all 32 teams will either have extremely limited capacity or no fans at all in 2020. The Seahawks won't have as much of a home advantage this season without a sold-out crowd at CenturyLink Field, and that should hurt their Super Bowl chances. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It's not 2016 anymore. Yes, they have Tom Brady, Rob Gronkowski, and LaShawn McCoy, but these are not superstars in their primes anymore. All three are on the down end of their careers. The Bucs will score lots of points, but the championship pedigree will not apply here in 2020. Don't get overly excited about the new-look Buccaneers. Tennessee Titans. Difficulty of maintaining a Cinderella run. Clubs like the 2019 Titans are referred to as Cinderella teams for a reason. It's a lightning in a bottle moment that's too difficult to repeat. Ryan Tannehill will not play at such an elite level for an entire year. Derrick Henry will have a tough time repeating his career season. The defense will regress after losing Jarrell Casey and Logan Ryan. Don't expect another miracle run by Tennessee here. Washington football team. They don't even have a name. Washington finally decided to change their team name. But how can a club called the Washington football team win the Super Bowl? Fun fact, every Super Bowl winner in history has had a real team name. Plus, you know, Washington is on a full-on rebuild with major question marks at quarterback and very little talent on offense. No way they're winning it in 2020. Not with that roster or that name. Who do you think will win Super Bowl 55? Join us in the comment section below. If you like this video and learned a thing or two, clicking the like button helps out a ton, and hey, we appreciate it. If this is your first time coming around to TPS though, subscribing is a great idea because we put out videos like this every single day. But as always, thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.